Welcome back to another episode of the podcast channel. As you all can see, I decided to change the name from the Golden State Warriors Hoop to something different, to the Galaxy Pod. Just being a little versatile, discussing things other than basketball at times, like the NFL, different sports like that, and different things going on in the world. So just decided to change it, but this will mainly still be a basketball channel, things like that, covering the league and pretty much everything relevant to basketball. This would be the channel for it. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. So Team USA they lost. Um, but last two games has not been pretty for them. You know, I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago. Dylan Brooks went out for, you might as well say, a 40 piece. He dropped 39 points in the closeout game, and man, was he getting to it. Gotta give him his props. He went out there, even though that was the last game. Team USA didn't have like a lot of key guys. They was out, so but the game before that, they looked a good game, but Germany got the best of them. Sad to say that throughout that whole process, Jaren Jackson Jr. only averaged 2.9 rebounds or something along the lines of that. If he's going to be the big man, he has to be more assertive on the glass. Even though in the league, Jaren not the best rebounder, but he's pretty solid. I think he can give you around 7 or 8. I think that is his averages past 2 or 3 seasons or for his whole career. So he's never been too much of a dominant rebounder, but he still can get them. But 2.9 is definitely unacceptable. But also with Steve, me personally, the lineup it was all right. I would have probably went bigger by putting Paulo at the 4, and then you put Jared at the 5, and Ant-Man, Brunson, and either Ingram, Josh Hart, or Reeves, some along the lines of that. But 2.9 rebounds is terrible, and Jaren knows he has to be better for sure. And they failed to reach the FIFA World Cup Finals, which is it sucks. Clearly you want to root for your country, Team USA, but who knows? This may be a notice for the rest of the guys in the league to come on out and play for Team USA, represent your country the best way that you can. But sad to see them guys go out like that. But that last game against Canada, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Bobby Portis both combined for 5 rebounds. It is terrible from the standpoint of, you know, you let Daniel Tice alone out rebounded both of them. He had 5. Well, not out rebound them, but he single handedly equaled up to them, and that's 2 people versus 1. So that's terrible. But I don't know. Maybe they just I don't know if the lineups really didn't fit them or things like that. But when they first started off, they was getting to it for sure. Like I think they won like 5 straight. They didn't really lose, so the chemistry was there. But on to the next year. Shams he dropped a report today. I'm going to read. He said LeBron James plans to commit to Team USA next summer alongside Steph Curry, KD, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, and Draymond. Also, Devin Booker, Dame Dollar, De'Aaron Fox, and Kyrie Irving also have serious interest in committing to Team USA. League sources say if all those guys I just mentioned team up for Team USA, things are definitely going to get very scary. You add all those guys to the mix, and it's like, man, that's your best team for sure. More than likely, it'll be LeBron last Team USA if you do decide to go. Same with Steph, KD, and a lot of more OGs that I just named. Maybe AD, who knows? But if they send those guys over there to the FIFA World Cup, I have no doubt in my mind that they'll get the job done, no matter what it takes and things like that. So it's just a matter of just putting it all together and getting guys to commit. Even though it's tough because it's part of your off season and you want to spend time with your family as much as possible. I can understand why a lot of guys hold out on not going to play for Team USA, but if you can, just go over there, But there's a stack. That's some stack. That would be a stacked team if all those guys were to team up for sure. But yeah, till next year. But anyway, moving on to the next topic, the Lakers signed Christian Wood. Uh, I think this the second month going to free agency. You start to wonder what's going on with Christian Wood. Why is he still out there? Same thing with Kelly Oubre Jr. He's still out there. You definitely start to wonder like why these guys still out there, especially Kelly Oubre. He just came off a season where he averaged like 20. I think that's a career high for him. Was the best shooting, and clearly it didn't mean that because he played on a losing team, but he still averaged 20, and he pretty solid defensively, I say, but he could definitely help a lot of contending teams out there. Uh, just a matter of where do he fit and what role do you envision him playing. But with Kelly, he's still out there on the market, and back to what I'm saying, like with Christian Wood, he was out there for a while, and it's like, man, what the market looking like for those guys. But the Lakers, in my opinion, got him for a steal. They only paying him $2 million this upcoming season. It was a 2 year, $6 million contract with a player option in the second year. That's a steal. Like you can't go wrong. He helps them more than he don't help them for what he brings to the table. I broke down a few things where he can help them with. Let's start off with their pros and his cons, but let's get with the pros. So first off, he's a shooting big. You pair him alongside AD, I feel like you can't go wrong with it. He shot 37% on threes, 4 attempts a game, and that week up he made 105 threes last season. So that's pretty good. You pair him alongside AD, you allow AD to operate in the paint. Same thing with LeBron. If you go small, put him at the four, allow him to do his thing. You have Christian Wood stretching the floor, bringing guys out the paint. So yeah. Also, his rebounding. He's a pretty good rebounder. He averaged 7.3 a game last season, and before that, the season before last, he averaged 10. Also, he can also bring size to the Lakers. He's 6'10", so with rebounding, him being able to shoot and rebound, that's a huge addition for them. Especially like I've been seeing some reports. I don't know how true they is. AD, he want to play the four more so than the five. So you can do that if you can have a rebounding foul like Christian Wood, being able to battle on the glass and things like that. Also, he's a scoring threat. He's a guy who you can throw the ball down to and allow him to operate because he can get a bucket. Um, putting the ball on the ground, getting to the rim, a little post game, like I mentioned, shooting the ball, being a lob threat. So he's a scoring threat. So he helps them for sure in that department. And also, he's a solid team defender. Keyword solid, not good, solid. He led the Mavericks in blocks with 1.1 per with 1.1 blocks a game. So that's pretty solid. Like I mentioned, last season his defense has improved to 108. The season before that, he recorded a defensive rating of 112, placing him 25th worst among players who clocked at least 500 minutes. In so many words, that was terrible. But last season he improved. So hey, like I mentioned, he's a solid team defender, and pairing him alongside AD will only make your job a lot easier. He just got to be solid. That's pretty much it. So yeah. So those are the pros. Let's get to the cons. The cons is defense. He's not really a good defender, but he could potentially be a solid team defender. Like I mentioned, he was a solid team defender last season. Don't really know, if he can do that this season. So yeah. Also, don't really know if he's a really good locker room guy. I've seen a few reports. I don't know if they're true or not, but he's not the best, locker room guy. Just being a vet and things like this. So who knows how that'll pan out? We'll see. And lastly, he lacks size. Don't get me wrong. He's 6'10". It's cool, but he only weighs 214 pounds. If they envision or playing him at the five, it may turn out good. It may not, depends, but it's gonna be kind of tough for him to hold down the fort, for him being that small. So yeah, but those are his pros and cons. A lot of guys on Twitter don't. Well, the Laker fans they love it, but a lot of guys was like that don't move the needle for them. To me, you can arguably say that, but this addition helps them more than it hurts them. Especially for what they got him for. So why not take a chance on that? Whatever role they envision him playing, I'm sure he'll master that role. So yeah, but moving on, this episode will be dropped after the Bills and the Jets game. I had plans to do like a Bills versus the Jets. This NFL I'm talking about. I had a vision, record this before the game so I could discuss things like that. But with the Bills versus the Jets, this would be Aaron Rodgers' debut. He um he injured himself. Not 3 minutes into the game, he got injured, and some reports saying it's a torn ACL. Don't know how true that is, but that's what they saying thus far. So hoping that it's not that, because I know he's getting old, and who knows how many seasons he's going to play. But hopefully it's nothing major, and he shake back, and he be able to come back and play some games. Because they want to see how he fits in with the Jets and things like that. But yeah, so what I was going to say was Josh Allen versus the Jets defensive line. The Jets has definitely had one of the best defensive teams, known for sure. And Josh Allen has every time he played them, he always, in a sense of way, struggled. He never really had a good game. So I'm gonna read this stat out. He has struggled playing against them in 6 seasons. He has 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and has been sacked 19 times in 9 games. That's not good. It's pretty bad. I'm not even gonna read out his stats for this game that they played, but Von Miller was also out. So that was pretty huge, just from an OG standpoint. Having that, OG in the locker and what he brings to them on the defensive end. No doubt about it. Von Miller has made one heck of a name in this league, and he bring. But yeah, sucked to see the way the game went though. Like even though Aaron Rodgers got hurt, they still managed to pull out the win, which is tough for sure. But clearly, I wish my Bills was able to pull through, but we just couldn't. Just moving on to the next game. But shout out to Zach Wilson on the Jets. He came through. He delivered. So shout out to him. It's just a testament to all you young guys out there. Stay ready, man. You never know when your name and number is going to be called. And he was prepared for this opportunity. So shout out to him. He definitely helped those guys win. So yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. Just I know it's not a long episode, but the last episode I did was amazing, man. Y'all been showing a lot of love on it, so shout out to y'all. But that's pretty much it. Like I mentioned, I decided to change the name from Golden State Warriors Hoop to the Galaxy Pod. Just something different, covering different topics, whether it be NBA, NFL, NHL, tennis, around the world, different things like that. Just overall podcast channel discussing different things. So yeah, but thank y'all for tuning in and like the video, hit the subscribe button, and comment something positive as always. And let's keep the trend moving. And that's it for us. We out. Peace.